Julie, where are you?
Huh? Oh, hey, sweetie. I'm just at the shops getting some food for dinner. There were a few things that I was missing, and I wanted to make your favorite meal tonight. I have quite a big announcement, and I thought it would be nice to have dinner together first.
Fine. But how many times have I told you to make sure that the house is spotless before I come back home from work? Huh?
What do you mean? I think the house is pretty clean already.
What on earth gave you that impression?
The fact that I've cleaned it today?
Well, you've done a pretty poor job. I'm sick and tired of telling you time and time again to clean the house. As my wife, you should do as I tell you. Not to mention that it's pretty much the only job you have all day. You don't even work, unlike me. Every day I have to go to work and spend hours at a job that I hate just so that I can earn the money to keep the both of us in a house. All I want is a clean place to come back to at the end of the day so that I don't have to do more work at home. Not to mention, why'd you leave so late to go and get whatever groceries you needed? It's already past 5. My dinner should be ready and waiting and hot on the table for me the moment I step through the front door. Just how useless can you be?
I don't even know what you're so upset about. What isn't tidy? Because I know that I've cleaned the house today, so there's absolutely nothing for you to be mad about.
Oh, you've tidied it all, huh? Then why is there a dirty plate and mug right by the sink? That doesn't scream tidy and clean to me.
Oh my god. Is that seriously what you're complaining about? 2 items?
And they're still right there, which proves that I'm right and you're wrong. You haven't cleaned today because if you had, they wouldn't be here.
They have literally only just been used. I had a quick snack and a drink before going to the shop, and I just didn't have time to wash them up yet. I was going to do it when I got back.
You're only saying that because you've been caught being a lazy slob. God, what kind of wife even are you if you can't even keep a house clean?
If you actually stopped being a drama queen for 1 second, you'd see that I've cleaned everything from top to bottom. I've also done all of the laundry, changed the sheets on our bed, and even managed to get those boxes of clothes to the charity so they could be sold there and stop cluttering up our house. So I think you'll find that I've done a lot today, even though I've not been feeling too great and have actually been sick a couple of times today.
Hang on a minute. What do you mean you've taken those boxes away? Why would you do that?
Huh? Because we've been talking about donating those clothes for quite a while now, but we've never actually gotten around to doing it, even though we sorted out all of the things that we didn't want. I finally managed to get rid of them today.
I had clothes in there that I still wanted.
What? But you said that everything in those boxes was useless to you and that you didn't want them cluttering up your side of the wardrobe anymore.
Yes, well, I changed my mind. There were some things that I wasn't sure about getting rid of.
Well, I'm sorry, but the boxes are gone now. There's nothing I can do about it. Maybe we can just go and buy the things that you wanted to keep?
Or you could go and get all the boxes back from the charity so that I can sort through them all.
What? That's not really possible. I don't think you can just go and take your donation back off of a charity. Not to mention that I don't particularly want to do that. It would be super awkward, and I don't want to look like a mean person who can't even donate a few boxes of old clothes.
I don't care what you want. I want my clothes back ASAP. So you better go and get them, okay? As my wife, you have to do as I tell you.
If you're so bothered about your clothes, why don't you go and get them?
No, I've been working hard all day long, earning the money to keep us both alive with a roof over our head. I shouldn't have to go out and sort out your messes. You need to set things straight with the charity and get my things back. That's the least you can do.
But
I don't want any of your excuses. Just give me my things back.
that's not fair. The only reason why I got rid of them was because you said that you were sick and tired of all the boxes in the way. I even asked if you were sure about everything you were getting rid of, and you said you were. You said to stop bothering you about it and to just get rid of it all. So I did.
Well, you should have double-checked with me. And just so you know, I am definitely not going to get the stuff. That's your job as the wife.
Well, I just called them up and they apologized, but the clothes have already been shipped to a different store. We can't get them back.
Ugh, you're so useless. Just get back home and make dinner already. I'm starving.
Yes, I'll be there soon. I've also got something to tell you, and hopefully it'll help turn this evening around.
I don't see how that could happen, but whatever. Just hurry up.
I'll see you soon. Oh, Millie, I heard the news. I can't wait to meet my grandchild. Susan? What did Paul tell you? Of course. Who else would? Oh. That's not a problem, is it? I mean, after all, Paul is my son, and he's going to be the father of the child. Yes, I know. We just agreed not to tell anyone yet, as it's still early days and anything could happen. It's not uncommon for women to have miscarriages early into their pregnancies. I just didn't want to get people's hopes up in case something happens. Oh, don't be stupid. The only reason you'd have a miscarriage is if you don't do what you're supposed to do for the baby. You need to listen to me now, as I know what I'm doing. I'll make sure you give birth to a healthy child. First of all, you need to cut out all alcohol, sushi, coffee, and anything else that's bad for the baby. Although I suppose the pregnancy does explain why you've been getting fatter recently. I'm glad this is the reason, to be honest. I had been considering telling you to go to the gym. I can't have a fat daughter-in-law making my son look bad, you know? Excuse me? Did you just say I was getting fat? Well, yes, but it's only the truth. You're going to get much fatter now that you're pregnant. You just got to make sure you lose it all once you actually give birth. That is so rude. Even if I wasn't pregnant, whether or not I gain weight isn't any of your business. If Paul had a problem with it, he would talk to me about it, but at the end of the day, my figure and physique is up to me. Oh, don't be so dramatic. Besides, you're not even getting fat. It's just the baby. That still doesn't excuse your behavior. Yes, whatever. Look, I've got to go, but I'll be around later and I'll give you some books and other things to help you out. It's fine, Susan. I've got plenty of books on the way that I've ordered. Those are all nonsense. My books are the real deal that will teach you how to raise a big and strong child. Not one of those namby-pamby kids who cry over nothing nowadays. Susan, that's just wrong in so many ways. Look, I've really got to go. We'll talk more later. Paul? What on earth was that last night? I can't actually believe you behaved like that.
Millie? Jeez, what are you moaning about now? I mean, don't you ever do anything but complain?
Paul, I really think you need to stop acting like such a spoiled man-child right now.
What? You can't speak to me like that.
Oh, I can't? Then how come you got to speak to me like I was nothing but a piece of dirt last night? I mean, what even was that? Calling me too fat to eat with you? Even the waiter was appalled at what you said, and that you ordered me a salad instead of what I wanted. You do realize that I'm 6 months pregnant, don't you? My stomach is going to be getting bigger than it is right now, and I'm definitely not going to stop eating just because you're too stupid to understand the process of pregnancy.
Being pregnant means you put on a little bit of weight. I know that, but you don't need to blow up as big as you have. You could definitely do with losing a few pounds. You look completely unattractive. I can hardly stand being seen in public with you because of how fat you are. If you want to continue being with me, then you're gonna have to lose some weight. That's all I can say.
Is that truly how you feel? You're actually giving me that ultimatum?
Yup.
I see. Very well then. You've just made my decision a whole lot easier.
Huh? Decision?
Yes. I've been thinking of it for a while now because your behavior is simply horrible. When we first got together, you were so sweet and kind and caring, but ever since we got married, you've turned into a vile, disrespectful, and vindictive man, and you're simply just not someone that I want to be with. And telling me that I'm getting too fat to be with you, simply because I'm pregnant, is honestly the last straw. If you're this kind of husband to me, I'd hate to see what kind of father you'd be like to my baby. So I'm leaving you.
What? What are you saying?
I'm saying that I want a divorce.
What? No way, you can't do that. You're pregnant with my child, you can't leave. I won't let you.
Well, considering I've already contacted some lawyers who have agreed to take on the divorce on my behalf, and I've already moved most of my stuff back home to my parents' house, there's nothing you can really do.
You've what? Wait, Millie, we can sort this out. You don't need to be so dramatic. I'm sure we can come to a compromise.
No, thank you. I've given you plenty of chances to talk to me, and all you've ever done is be rude and demeaning to me. I've had enough, and I'm definitely not going to let you do the same to my child. The papers will be in the mail for you.
Hang on, please, Millie. If you do this, then there's no chance that we'll ever get back together. Just know that I won't take you back, no matter how much you beg me to. I promise that I won't. You'll have to suffer being a single mother.
I don't mind that. Anything is better than being with you.
Please, Millie.
And just so you know, I'm going to go and treat myself to a great big delicious cookie and a glass of chocolate milk. And I'm not going to care about how I look because I'm happy with the fact that I'm carrying a wonderful child inside of me, and I want them to be happy and healthy. Goodbye, Paul. I did get my divorce from Paul, though it did have to be taken to court as he refused to sign the papers. Luckily, the judge ruled in my favor as he, too, thought that the way Paul treated me had been horrible. Paul was also ordered to pay me child support, which has helped me get everything ready for the arrival of my little boy, Sammy. I'm currently living with my parents, but they both love me greatly and are actually excited to become grandparents. I've also managed to get a stay-at-home job, so I'm saving up for my own apartment. Things might be a bit scary at the minute, as I'm having to do a lot of this by myself, but I am excited to start this next chapter of my life and look after my baby boy. The last I heard, Paul had to move back in with his mother, as the landlord kicked him out of the house for negligence as he hadn't bothered to clean anything after I left. He's currently staying at his mom's house, but things aren't great as both of them are too stubborn and lazy to actually do any housework. I just know that he has a long way to go before I let him try to be a father to my child.